Let us get started. We're going back into paper perjury finally. I think we got 30 minutes into the last investigation. Let us see. Right into the sad music. Oh, I forgot how much stuff we have to talk. We talked about colorblind. Let's real quick look over the all of the evidence we have. Suit of armor. I think this will be a point later, but let's talk real quick. We wanted to ask you more about the break-in. Yeah, you mentioned that you learned some information that made you think someone caused the accident. You wouldn't tell us who it was, but we need your help. You wouldn't tell us who it was, but we need your help on this. Please. Really, you need to know who you thought it was. That day, when the accident happened, all the information I could get said there was a simple tour with company investors. Nobody else should have been there, but I was told that my mother was there that day, in the plant's control room. Oh? I tried looking into it, but the reports didn't even mention her. If she really was there that day, she wasn't involved. Who told you this information? Calvin did. Probably to try to save some face. The report blamed him for the accident, something my mother agreed with. The two fought about it a lot. That's not something we knew. Better take note of this. Okay. It's all coming together. We're gonna go through the talk options, but afterwards, I'll tell you what clicked. Yesterday when you were leaving Calvin's apartment, the two of you seemed at odds with each other. What happened? It's just a spat between brothers. It's a personal affair. It doesn't concern you. Well, if it's connected to this case in any way, it does concern us. It seems like there's some bad blood between you two regarding your mother. Calvin loved our mother. He just can't accept that other people did too. I don't put it against him. He's just having a hard time coming to terms with things. Calvin mentioned you losing your money at a casino recently? Is that why you were your mother's caretaker? Digging into my private life now, are you? That doesn't matter to you. And I'll have you know, I did not lose it all like some bum. I'm due for a win at any moment, and then I'll have it all back. Yep. That's what I'm talking about, the gambling mindset. Just one more hit away. Trust me, you're gonna win $1 million next time you go out there. Or you could, start a street magic, a magician, little setup up there, because that's what you look like right now. It looks like you're about to do some card tricks with me. Sounds like he really does have a problem. Can you tell us more about your mother? No. Okay. Is there any reason someone might want her dead? As I've said before, just about anyone who's ever been late on their power bills might have had a motive. But what about something more personal? Did she have any friends? Friends? Oh, she would attend a tea party at the end of every month with a bunch of other rich socialities. I think that's how you say it. She was very particular about always showing up to those. Perhaps they would know something. Do you know who hosted the parties? Well, I believe it was, what was it? E-Bank? Are we gonna get to meet Ferris again? Ferris, Faye, and, Owen? As in Ferris E-Bank? Well, Justy, sounds like we have a reason to go say hi to our old friends. I can't imagine she'll be thrilled to see us after everything. I'm sure it'll be fine. It all worked out in the end after all. Amber man. You seem oddly defensive, Amber. Call it a hunch, but there has to be more there than a simple friendship. It's a love triangle. He's in love with her. No. Raiden, biggest simp. He would go against everything. Or he asked to be in the questioning area when she was being questioned. He defended her with his life. Always says that girls are maidens. Fair maidens. Biggest simp around. That's why he's in prison. If I said I simply wish to protect all the women of this world, would that be enough for you? See? What did I just say? Biggest simp. I bet he owns a Discord. A Discord thing. He's a mod. Not even a little. Huh. Then I suppose I could tell you more, but I'll warn you, it's a long story. Amber used to work for my family's company. Oh. She did? What happened? It happened the day we lost my father. What happened that day impacted all of us. Amber worked in the HR department, and after that sort of accident, they were under a lot of stress. The HR manager was quite strict with them, especially after that. Couldn't have any liabilities in the company. I didn't know her at the time, but I saw him screaming at her at one day. It boiled my blood. So I injected. I pulled him aside, told him he should treat his employees like that. He brushed me off like it was nothing. He said it was just because I was a Watson. I didn't know better than him. Oh. Amber, blink twice if this relationship is a hostage situation. He makes me cook for him because he sucks at it so much. Just a product of nepotism, brought up with a silver spoon. That's how he saw me. I had my fair share of bosses, but never one like that. So, I went to my mother. I told her what was going on, how he was entreating our employees. She responded by saying she'd look into the matter herself. That day, Amber lost her job. Apparently, my mother had her fired. Oh. Can't have snitches or rats in my company. You're out of here. You dared have my other son see you get yelled at and have an infight between those two? Out of here. That's when I learned the bitter truth about the corporate politics. If you're a nuisance to the company, it doesn't matter who's right. I wanted nothing to do with the company after that. I don't have the stomach for that kind of work. I know what you're thinking. Sounds like a good motive for murder, huh? I didn't kill my mother. Nobody did. If I wanted her dead, I could have done it a long time ago. I had ample access to her after all. But I'm heartless. I saw how broken up she was over my father's death. She had her issues. She was downright cruel even. I saw her kill multiple people, but she was human like anyone else. After Amber was fired, I kept in touch with her. It sounds weird, but I felt protective of her ever since then. I'm glad to see she can pursue her dream now, thanks to my brother. Now I can see why he's so defensive. I guess there's more to him than just an annoying sleazebag. Oh. Huh? What's that noise? That noise means our little parley has come to an end. Time for me to return to my lovely abode, aka cell. Ah, to think I'd have such a reprieve from the dreary iron bars. But now I shall bid you fair ladies adieu. Is this me, or do you feel a huge weight off your shoulders now that he's gone? Justy, don't be so mean. I can't help it. He's the total weirdo. And he's a gambler. But I guess he has been rather helpful. Not much reason to stick around here. Let's get going. Before we go, I want to tell you guys my theory, okay? New theory. I think that, based on him saying that the mother was there, I think it was the mother's fault because the opening cutscene is like, oh, you have to accept your sin, mother. And then she got burned alive, aka smoke inhalation. But I think what happened at the father's accident is that she didn't know, or she was like super, like, she was super hurt because she realized it was her fault because she was there. And I think maybe the colorblind was passed down from her to him. So she was colorblind, I'm pretty sure. And because she couldn't tell from red and green, she didn't turn off the thing that she needed to. I don't remember exactly. We'd have to go back to the evidence locker to look at all that evidence. But I think she did that and then never revealed her sin. So that's why someone's coming after her. But yeah, I think she was actually the cause of the father's death. But technically, it was still an accident, but I think, at least, hopefully. And then I think still that someone squeezed themselves into the armor so that they didn't need the key. They were in there from the beginning. Maybe the tea, the spilled tea was because she was drinking tea and was startled because the suit. I would be pretty startled if my suit of armor started walking towards me, or like a guy just started crawling out of it. And then they murdered her. Or not murder her, but actually maybe the other teapot was left inside the room. They were in the suit of armor in the room, and then they put heart medicine when they were in the room with the teapot in the room. Poured it in when she wasn't there. They got back in the armor. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Then she falls asleep. Then you set up everything to make it look like the fire. Because of the mention of Feynman's like father or something, I forgot, relative. Now I'm kind of thinking it's him, and I don't want it to be him, but be really ironic with his flamed hair and all that. Let's go to the eBay investment. Oh, we're just going straight to their business. Okay. May 13th, eBank Investments lobby. I didn't think we'd be setting foot in here again after that case. I had to do her voice again. Welcome to eBank Investments, where we invest in a brighter future for you. Looks like nothing has changed around here. We're here to talk to Miss eBank. Is she here? Oh, it's you two. Miss eBank is in her office. I'll call her down one moment. One moment. It's been a moment. Where is she? Oh, okay. 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 Why is it intense music? Okay. It's been some time, detectives. Her and her classic whiskey. You drunk yet? Nope. Oh, only your second cup of whiskey? Aw. I thought our business together was thoroughly concluded. Actually, we're here about a different matter. Oh, to what then do I owe the pleasure? I'm sure you've heard the news, right? About the death of Jules Watson, the president and CEO of Watson Electric? My goodness, what a tragedy. Jules is a dear friend of mine. We're investigating her death. We're aware that she'd attend one of your tea parties every month? Yes, that's correct. We're hoping you could tell us more about her. This is not Swift. We're hoping you could tell us more about her. Anything you know could help us. I don't believe I'd be much help in the matter. Her death was an accident, was it not? We don't think so. We think there's more to it. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that I have that I don't know if it's true yet or not. I don't know why. In the back of my head, I think there's a love child. I think there is a fourth. I think it's a red herring when they said, "Oh, mother," because I think there might be a fourth mysterious child among us. We don't think so. We think there's more to it. You detectives never cease to intrigue me. Really, to come back here after everything. But I suppose I do owe you two a favor. If you think it'll help, I can share what I know. Statement. Jules and we'd meet about once a month at a tea party for the socialities, I don't know how to say that, of the city. The main topic with her was always her children, especially her boy Calvin was his name. She was always looking to find a wife for him. Quite the matchmaker, really. She'd approached just about every woman with a daughter. Unfortunately, after her late husband died, something changed with her. She never really recovered from it. She became very impatient. She made it clear how frustrated she was with this lack of interest in having a partner. Maybe like she wanted grandchildren? I don't know. I'm not one to pry, but it seems as though her relationship with all her children became quite fraught after that. Okay. Interesting. Thank you. If you don't mind, we'd like to ask you some follow-up questions. Well, I'm a busy woman, you know. Please make it quick. Can we investigate? Desk. How you been, Joy? Working hard, of course. eBig Investments is reconstructing, and I'm doing my best to help out. Between you and me, I hope to move up in the company. The president's office is open now, after all. They still don't have a president? Oh, and just fill the spot. You know, you're a pretty chill dude. How's this company running without one? Is this ambition or pure delusion? Oh, wow. Well, I wish you luck. Flowers. These flowers look lovely as ever. I wonder. What you thinking about, Justy? It's been a while since I painted anything. I wonder if I should try painting some flowers. Summer's just around the corner after all. How exciting! I'd love to see it. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever seen anything you've painted. Me neither. I haven't painted anything since college, really. And nothing I made is really worth sharing. Nonsense! I'm sure you made plenty of great pieces. Oh, well, maybe after this case, and after I catch up on the work, and after Luna moves... Who am I kidding? I'll never have time for this. Logo. It's the eBank investment logo. It looks as soulless as ever. If you could redesign it, how would you make it less soulless? Well, firstly, I think you'd need some color. I designed the letters to look like colorful building blocks. That way, it projects a friendly appearance, while also showing how the company builds up the city. Don't you think that'd look a little too childish? I could see it for a preschool maybe, but not property development. Well, maybe you're right. Graphic design was never my passion. You know, there's a coffee shop just across the street from here that I've been wanting to try. They mention it, now there's gonna be a 9 trillion murders at that coffee shop. Oh my... Oh my god. Just you won't believe it. A man tripped, accidentally stabbed somebody, which then stabbed someone else, which knocked over a lit flame that burned down the entire coffee shop, killing everybody inside of it. It was clearly an accident too. Justina, no. Clearly it was not an accident. You don't think we could make a detour there, do you? Coffee? Don't you normally have a cup in the morning? Oh, at least 6. Today I ended up sleeping in. By the time I woke up, I had to rush to work or I'd be late. I've been running on fumes all day long. Amen. Amen, Justina. I am like half asleep right now. But that's because I recently started taking allergy pills. And they, depending on the type you take, knock you out. Got sucker punched. Feeling thirsty? Here at eBank Investments, we're happy to provide our guests with complimentary refreshments. Please accept this cup of instant coffee. That's perfect. Now we don't have to make a stop. Aw, I was really hoping. Yeah. Thanks. To see that crime scene. For such a successful company, they sure are cheap. It's just like coffee beans and hot water. Yum. It's really chewy. The seat looks so inviting. A little rest wouldn't hurt. Dusty, police officers are meant to set good examples. What kind of message do you think slacking on the job sends? I'm not a police officer. I don't have to set a good example. Yeah, this isn't my job if you don't remember. You gave me an imaginary badge and said, okay, now you can do it. This isn't an actual badge, Swift. That kind of behavior is unbecoming of a junior police officer. I'll have to revoke your sticker at this rate. Go ahead. I can't handle all of this murder. Wait. That sticker is the closest thing to authority I've got. Fine. I'll be good. That's better. Blackmail. That's what that was. Alright, guys, I could tell. Oh. Real quick, I'm gonna do another quick listen. Alright, the mic's still fine. The E-Banks. So, how's everything been around here since we last spoke? Oh, technically, maybe Owen did take the president thing up because, in all technicality, I'm pretty sure he should be in jail, right? Because he still shot, what's his name? We said his name so many times I forgot what his name is, though. He technically did shoot once the victim of the final case. He just didn't finish him off. Everything's fucked because of you. No, so fucked I need to take a 4th cup of my whiskey. We are committed as ever to our values and our endeavors to better this city. Despite some minor setbacks. Oh my god. Watch out. She trips. Oh god! Oh, 3rd degree purge, it hurts! Minor setbacks, huh? Seems like they went into PR overdrive after everything that happened. Yep, and it kind of sucks when your president is murdered by your, I don't know what, founder. And backup president. What is this feeling that I'm experiencing? How about your family? How have they been? We prefer to keep our affairs private. I would suggest you not pry. I thought we were friends, what the fuck? But if you must know, we are recovering, but we are well. How have you been doing your daily sacrifices to Toasty the cat? If you don't, you know he's gonna wreak havoc on the whole city. He's gonna turn into, he's gonna be Garfield, but like Godzilla size. Bitter and then sweet. I feel like there should be a word for that. Jules Watson. What was Jules like? We don't know much about her aside from what her family told us. She was a very no-nonsense kind of woman. She knew what she wanted, and she knew how to get it. She had an air of politeness, of sophistication. She made for pleasant company, although. I often got the impression that there was more to her than she let on. That's what she would say, and what she believed were at the odds. She was nice enough if you got on well with her, but she would not have been the kind of person I'd want to be enemies with. She was a rich person. After her husband died, that only became more true. There was less kindness in her eyes. She became colder. It was as though she regarded the world in much more callous manner. I can't fathom her grief. There are quite the number of rumors swirling about her and her family. I imagine that must have gotten to her to some degree. Oh my! I'm gonna take a drink of water. Water acquired. I see. Thank you. Did you ever meet Joel's husband? We don't really know much about him. Besides, he's dead. Only a couple of occasions. I believe Owen was more familiar with him. Can we talk to Owen? You know, he seemed like a bad guy in the beginning, and sure, he did shoot someone. But hey, he's a pretty cool dad. He's a pretty cool guy. After all, you can't get involved with property management without dealing with both gas and electric. But to your point, he was very arrogant, energized, pun intended. Ha! He's dead. He was a very public-facing figure, always looking to attract the attention of the media. It's a good way to drive up investments, though it also caught the eye of other people. What do you mean? Ah, fixed cup. This is all a rumor, but he was known for being a bit of a flirt. Oh my God! This is bringing even more stuff to my theory of a love child, a fourth child. It's either Feynman or a random fourth child we haven't met yet. He be sleeping around, man. Nah, he was actually that fight with Amber. He was actually sleeping with Amber. Oh, I was gonna say I can't say. Calvin got sloppy sick. Now no, what were we? It was all harmless fun, or so we thought. There was that one time. Fourth child? Word is that he was known for having an affair at one point. Oh. Jules was very adamant that it wasn't true, but when multiple women see you out on dates, oh. Well, I always took it as simple gossip, something to keep people entertained. We know it's more than gossip based on what Raiden told us. In legal practice. I'm a little curious about something. How come you always defend clients against us despite just being a corporate lawyer? Seventh cup? I'm getting a little woozy. Oh, I may work as a corporate lawyer now, but that wasn't always the case. I'm perfectly licensed for criminal defense. I was a practicing lawyer as well, but of course, family comes first. I found this work much more compelling. Besides, I made plenty of connections with other firms during that time, and let me tell you, that comes in quite in handy. I never intend on returning to it, but someone had to keep the two of you in line. It's kind of amazing how capable she is. Connections? So you're familiar with the law firms in the area? Oh, the paper, right? More than the average person, I would say. What is Sophie thinking? Wait, I know! Actually, we found this paper in Joel's bedroom. It's pretty damaged by the fire, but we think it's related to some sort of law firm. We're hoping you could tell us which one. Let me see. I have no idea. Yes, I recognize that logo. Graves and Sons Law Firm. I ain't taking any lawyers from that place. We do so good that 99% of our customers end up in the grave from the death penalty. You have a parking ticket? Death penalty. You did some jaywalking? Death penalty. You killed somebody? You just go to jail. You littered? Death penalty. They're a civil firm, mostly dealing with property law, contract law, that sort of thing. Great, thank you for your help. We should head there later. I think that's all we have for you, Ferris. Goodbye. I think that's the only new spot. I don't want to be here. It's a little scary. Definitely not checking like why why would you as a law firm, why would you decorate your place like this? That's my question. Oh yeah, we're gonna have someone defend me. Oh my god. Oh, those kind of look like the glass little like statues that our father made. We should come back later. Oh wait, someone they're not here. We should come back later. Oh, we can't even investigate. Okay. Got anything else to talk about? Yeah, Ferris. I don't think we'd ever see Ferris again. Seemed like she didn't really know what to make of us. Well, it makes sense her opinion of us would be conflicted. What do you mean? We saved her husband, technically, from a true murder charge. On one hand, we did prove her husband innocent and caught Anton's real killer. On the other, we're responsible for E-Bank Investments taking a big reputation hit with the whole charity scandal. True. When you put it like that, I don't blame her. Still, she seemed pretty happy to help us in this case. Do you think she was that close to Joel's, or do you think she owes us a favor? It's probably both. I wonder if we'll ever cross paths with her again. Ferris E-Bank was murdered later that day. Okay, there's nothing here. Can we talk to you about anything else? No. A review report. I have forgotten everything about this report. We looked at all of this stuff. Oh, God. Look it over. I forgot the last one was the clerk time. I like the little clerk time. Missile call. Review statement. Right. We've already read this, so or just go look over it. On 1:30 p.m. Alright, that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Maybe technically she was authorized, but okay. The report states that no one else was at the plant aside from those listed, but we also know someone else who was at the site who went unreported. Jules was also there watching things from the control room. Why would the lieutenant overlook this? I get the sense he wasn't very thorough in this investigation. He sucks. Just like his son. I feel like we're getting closer to the answer. Once we compile the file, we should have an answer. Oh, do we have to go even more? Okay. Portion of... When I arrived, I know the power plant was meant to be offline, and yet the plant's main power was switched on. Do we have to do the... I feel like the color... Ugh! What does it say? Ah. I see. Bam! I knew it was the colorblind stuff. The report seems to claim the lights were confused out of negligence. However, someone with colorblindness may have thought the light was green. That's true, but who would it be? We know Raina was colorblind, but he wasn't there. It would have to be someone in the control room. Wait, that's it! Raina is colorblind, and Jules was in the control room. Do you think that Jules is also colorblind? I think it's possible. We better write this down for later. Oh my god, we have to do conclusion too? We're just destroying this case, I guess. Conclusions on this case are follows. The power plant was meant to be offline during the tour, but the plants... Do we just do that again? No, okay. This accidental reset of the faculty power caused a wire the victim was touching to become live. Oh, is it that? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it was Joel's. She murdered her husband by accident. That's why she was murdered in this case, I think. Hey, Sophie, this sentence right here. It's not completely true. What do you mean? Remember what we learned today? Jules was in the control room, and she is possibly also colorblind. It's entirely possible she was the one who switched the power on. If that was the case, then Calvin wasn't responsible at all. Were that true, it'd still make it an accident. It's not like she would have killed her husband intentionally. But the report makes no mention of it. She's not even in the report. And the only way we found out is because of our investigation. It's not public information. Sounds like we're finished here. Let's compile the report and discuss it with Red. Compile. We did it! Alright, I think we could close out this report now. Did you two learn anything? Yes, we learned that colorblindness kills. Yes. I knew a colorblind man one time. That's it? Yes. Seems like the lieutenant's investigation wasn't as flawless as we thought. Well, he's probably right about it being an accident. I think he pinned the blame on the wrong person. Jules Watson was there that day, in the control room. And given that the accident revolved around confusing red and green lights, it's safe to assume Jules is colorblind, like her son Raiden. I think that's a safe conclusion to draw. If we're right, that also means Jules was likely the true one responsible for her husband's death. That seems to be what Calvin thinks. Considering he ultimately took the blame, I can imagine he might hold some resentment towards her. But does that really match what we know about him? Oh, it seems to have been caused by Jules herself. Okay. I think we'll need to investigate further before we say anything definitive. Thank you for your help, Detective Hunt. Oh, cold case. Compile a report in case 6 part 3. Ha ha ha! Excuse me. Still insist on calling me that, huh? If you don't call Sophie Bard's idol. Well, that's because Sophie and are what exactly? Oh my god! If they don't do it by the end of this game, I'll be one of those shippers. If they don't do it by the end of this case, I don't know. Ha ha ha! We better get going. I wish the two of you luck with the rest of your investigation. I'll just finish things up here. Alright. I think the only other place we could go right now. Law firm? Looks like nobody's here right now. We should come back later. Damn. Hey, what's up? Anything else? No? Okay. Well, we can't do anything? Alright, let's think. Nothing here, right? Nothing else to talk to you about? No. Nothing here. Crime scene? Do you have a report? Oh. Oh, we get to talk about Baron now. Okay. We learned about your brother, Lieutenant Feynman. It's his brother. That's right. They're twin brothers. This is actually Baron right here. We know he was the lead detective on the KW-10 case. Anything you could tell us about him? Baron, he's a good detective. Better than I'll ever be. Hey, he actually got a name correct. I don't think that's the point in that sentence. But you probably heard the rumors about him, right? There isn't much else to say. He's always been very aggressive. If you don't mind, let's stay focused on this case. Sounds like there's a long history there. Better stay out of it. That's it, okay. Let's see. Done. Nothing else to do here. Nothing else to do here. Ask Johnny about Baron Feynman, part 3, okay? Okay. Do we have to contradict something in her statement? That's the only thing we have, right? Wait, case file. Leads. Can't do that. I guess there is something. Jules and I, we met about once a month at a tea party. That seems correct. Or was always her children, especially her boy Calvin. What's his name? Can we present this there? Okay. Oh. Oh, yeah. Wait, what do you mean lack of interest? Calvin's had a partner for over a year. Amber, like I said before, blink twice if you're in danger. What? They're actually brother and sister. What? Is that so? Actually, now that you mentioned it, I do seem to recall some of the women talking about that. This is just gossip, but from what I've heard, it seems Jules wasn't very happy with Calvin's choice. Oh. She wanted him to marry someone more prestigious, someone from a successful family that isn't uncommon in our circles. Sounds like Jules is pretty controlling over her children's lives. 7th one today. Indeed. In fact, I believe she was preparing to give him an ultimatum on the matter. Oh, now all the evidence is stacking against Calvin. It's too convenient. I don't believe it. It has to be a 4th love child. It has to be. An ultimatum? Do you know what she planned to do if he refused? That, I don't know. This is all secondhand, after all. Still, it seems important. Better keep it in mind. Miss Ebank, you have an appointment ready in the conference room. Thank you. I'll be right there. 8th one. You gotta get blackout drunk before a meeting. That's what I always say. Well, it's been a lovely chat, but I'm afraid I have business to attend to. I hope your investigation goes well. Joy, see the 2 detectives out. Looks like that's it for her here. We got some good leads, at least. Let's get going. The only place we can go now is the law firm. We have done everything. Okay. May 13th, Graves and Sons Law Firm. Miriam Corbin's office. Oh my god, what? Well, I expected a crow in here, but... Eek! Oh my god! There's a crow flying right at my face! Nix, return. Oh. New person? She did it. She's the love child daughter. Do I have any evidence on this? No. We're probably just gonna learn something about the will or something, but... Should I give her like just like an emo voice, like, or just like a nonchalant voice? Just apologies. Nyx likes to greet visitors. Wait, Officer Swift. I never thought I'd see you here again. Huh, Sophie? You know this person? Yeah, we go way back. It's a long story. Justy, this is Miriam Corbin. Miriam, this is Justina Smith. Justina Smith. Oh, right. I've heard of you. Sue talks about you quite a bit. She does. Wait. How do you know Miss Earl? I know her through her brother Gray Earl. He's one of my colleagues here. I forgot Miss Earl has a brother. So this is the law firm he works at. Oh, do we get to meet her brother? That'd be cool. Lawyers. I wonder how she's gonna be related to this case. Oh, Miriam! I've been promoted to detective now! So now it's Detective Swift. Pretty impressive, huh? Well, let's just hope you don't turn out jaded like that other one. I better introduce you to my friend. Nyx. Aw, that's cute. Nyx? Is that Nixon? This here is my companion. You have a pet crow? She's a raven, not a crow. Everyone gets confused because she's so small. But that's okay. Mommy loves you just the way you are, Nixie. Aw. Don't be shy. Come over here and say hi to her. She's quite friendly. Well, unless she thinks you're a prey. I feel like she's going to confuse my finger for a worm and try to eat it. Nice, birdie. Hey, your feathers are silky smooth. Yes, she's very proud of her feathers. Aren't you, Nixie? Aw. Oh, but where are my manners? I'm sure you two had some other reasons for visiting than to talk about birds. Oh, there he goes. How can I help? We're investigating the death of Jules Watson. We think she might have been a client of yours. Watson. Yes, that name is familiar. Let me check my records. Here we are. Yes, I did provide Miss Watson with consultation. What did she consult you on exactly? Miss Watson came to me for help drawing up a will. It's not one of the services we provide here. A will? Is that what that piece of paper was? Hang on. If that's what the burned papers was, then how do we know the contents of it? Do you know? Do you happen to have a copy of the will? I'm afraid I don't. But I do recall the basic details. Let me tell you what I remember. As I recall, Jules had a previous will in place when she came to me. She wanted to have that will revoked and a new one drawn up. Is he gonna say, like, to exclude Calvin, and then all the evidence gonna point to Calvin now? All their assets were to be auctioned and proceeds given to the local charities. Her son Raiden was the executor. However, Jules is a private woman. She was insistent that there be only one copy made. Oh. So that's a new motive technically, where it's like, oh, they burned the will so that the money actually goes to them. It's gonna be so terrible if it's just all of them. But like the thing where it's like, oh, they all killed her. I'm gonna be like, Donner, or Donner. I think that's Donner. How could you do it? You're such an innocent boy. Raiden. You probably set all this up. You got the theatrics. Calvin. Been kind of a dick to us. But my boy Donner, don't tell me you are also a part of this. Thanks a lot, Miriam. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Ask away. I'm happy to help an old friend however I can. Can we investigate? Window. Hey, I can see some birds flying outside. Whenever I see them, I always think to myself, why do birds fly? And why do they have antennas on their heads? And camera-like eyes? Ah, it must be nothing. Because they have wings? No, that's how they fly. What I'm asking is, why they fly. For what purpose do they choose to soar through the skies? Well, it's because the sky is safer than the ground, right? There are fewer predators there, and it's faster than walking. But what about flightless birds? They too had wings, but they choose not to use them. If it is purely evolutionary, shouldn't all birds fly? I was not expecting to get into a philosophical discussion about birds today. Why do you think they fly then? It is a question without an answer. I hope to find the answers one day. Goodbye. I suspect it'll be one that will shed light upon our own purpose in this world. Is it really that deep of a question? Glass. This glass raven. I feel like I've seen it before. Oh, was I right? Wait a second. This is from my dad's store. You been to Nickel and Diamond Antiques? Is that where it's from? This was a gift from Gray. Oh, because, yeah, they helped out. Yeah, that's nice. He gave this to me when he first asked me out. What? He gave this to me when he first asked me out. And that platypus was for our anniversary. Oh, they're dating. Oh, okay. Earl Grey and Maria Corbin. Wait, you two are dating? You're dating my boss's brother? So weird. Ick. Ugh. Oh, yes. I normally don't do office romances, but he has a certain charm. Plus, Nyx has taken quite a liking to him. He's not nearly as cute as her, but he's close enough. Isn't dating a coworker a bit awkward? It sort of feels like mixing your personal and professional life together. This is when she finally gets the okay to date Swift. Don't you worry that might interfere with your job? It's a little weird at first, but we keep things professional in the office. It's important to maintain that separation. In the office, we're just co-workers, like any other. I see. I wonder if they got married. Would that make us co-workers-in-law? Poster. You really like ravens, don't you? I love them. They're the smartest birds in the world. Nyx and I are able to communicate quite well with each other. She's remarkably good at remembering things. If someone makes her mad, she'll hold a grudge. Ravens never forget a face after all. Why is he giving me the stink eye? I'm scared. Better not get on her bad side. Now that I think about it, I don't even know the difference between a raven and a crow. They do look similar on the surface, but they are different in all the ways that matter. One's cuter. Ravens tend to be larger and more solitary. If you see a black bird in Azure City, it's likely a crow. Nyx is smaller than most ravens, but that makes her easier to hold. Skull. That was my last client. Is this a real skull? Ah, you mean Gabella? That's my legal advisor. That doesn't answer my question! Be careful, Justina. Gabella knows a few curses from those who crossed her path. Best not pray, don't you think? I'm sorry, Gabella. Please don't curse me. Do you think Gabella could tell me how to get ahead in my career? I think you're spending too much time around Detective Hunt. Alright, let's talk. I'm gonna take a quick water break again. Let's talk. Nix. I'm curious about your bird, Nix. Is it unusual to keep a raven as a pet? Nix is not a pet. She is my companion. I do not trap her in some cage. She's free to fly wherever her wings will take her. She just chooses to be by my side, right, Nixie? Oh, 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 oh. Be real shit. Oh my god! And that's how Justina ended up being that skull. How long have you been, companions? We've been together for over a decade at this point. I rescued Nix from an exotic pet store. To think such a lovely creature was trapped alone in a cage. I love how dead-faced Nixie looks also. But Nix is much happier now. She has an entire room to herself, with all the amenities a raven could want. Goodbye. This bird sounds like she has a better life than me. Wills? Are wills complicated enough to need a lawyer? I thought it was just a thing you wrote yourself. I thought I could just write a will that, like, all my stuff goes to Swift and it goes to Swift when I die. I didn't know you needed lawyers. Can you fill this out for me, please? Well, you certainly can do it that way, but there's a lot of issues with that. There are laws surrounding inheritance. Wills could be challenged in court. Our job is to make sure the will is legally sound and written in a way that's clear. After all, poor wording can make the will be misinterpreted or struck down in court. It's a legal document like any other. Interesting, I never really thought about that. And civil attorney. You're a civil attorney, right? What exactly do you do? My job is to work specifically with estates, big and small. This includes will, trusts, powers of attorney, and anything in between. Much like a detective here, my job revolves around death. I'm into that kind of thing. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's not something I want to think about. It's not so bad. Death is a part of life like any other. Why give it any less consideration? After all, when a family member dies, it's good to have someone you can rely on. Can't you rely on family or friends? And friends? But when money is involved, can you really trust they'll have your best interest in mind? I would hope so. And you better pray that you never have a tragic family death. Do we instantly have something in this? As I recall, Jules had a previous will in place when she came to me. I wanted to have that will revoked and a new one drawn up. As I recall, all her assets would be auctioned. Oh, it says Calvin in this one. Wait a sec, that's completely different to what we know about her will. Calvin claims to have her will. Under that one, he's to serve as the executor, and her assets were to be distributed equally to our children. Yes, I believe those were the stipulations of her old will. However, as I said, Miss Watson wanted that will revoked. But if the new will were destroyed... Is something wrong? Under the laws of a Zero City, a will is considered to have been revoked in the case of its destruction. Motive, baby! There is so much stuff going against Calvin now. I'm sorry, Calvin. I'm gonna have to put you down. Follow me out back. Boom. With that in mind, the court is likely to favor the last will with the victim had in place. That being, the will that her son Calvin possesses. So basically, none of the Watsons were going to inherit anything. But conveniently, the new will gets destroyed, and suddenly they all stand to benefit. That can't be a coincidence. You said there was only one copy of the will made, right? But that's correct. Miss Watson was insistent on that fact. Justy, do you know what that means? Huh? What? Let's think for a second. Where would that will have likely been stored? The safe in her bedroom, right? Exactly. And given that safe was open, that means our culprit likely knew about the will and was trying to destroy it. I guess there is no love child. Oh, whoops. History. Oh, it's right. Whoever she told is lying to us, and that's who's likely started the fire. Oh, wait, shoot. That means the victim had to have told one of the Watsons about the new will. Whoever she told is lying to us, and that's who likely started the fire. That's true. But how could we figure that out? All three of them stand to benefit after all. Maybe we should start by asking, why did the victim have her will changed at all? Miriam, do you remember when the victim had the new will made? I believe it was a month ago. 1 month ago. 1 month ago. Do we know anything else that happened then? Oh, is this when she started acting weird? Oh, then to give him an ultimatum on the matter about a month ago. What? Hold up. So you saying she was like, know what? If you don't break up with Amber, all your brothers are screwed. Not just you. Everybody is screwed. I guess there's like some, maybe in the new will, she was gonna have like just Calvin have everything. Because like, I think they said that she didn't really count Donner as her son. And then Raiden helped her out, but it was like gambling debt. But yeah, it's this. There's one event that comes to mind. Remember what Ferris said? The victim hated Calvin's relationship with Amber, and she planned to give him an ultimatum on it. That was a month ago. Since we know Calvin didn't agree, she must have decided to cut him out of his inheritance. But why would the victim have done that? After all, the new will cuts out all the Watsons. If she really wanted to target Calvin, why punish the other two? Actually, I think I know why she didn't want them to inherit anything either. Here's the victim's motive to cut out one of her other sons. The gambling? Do we have the gambling still? There, oh there. Yeah. Remember what we learned about Raiden? He had an addiction to gambling, and that caused him to drop out of college. Not only that, but I remember that the victim didn't approve of his choice of college to begin with. If you combine those two, it's possible she would have wanted to disinherit him over it. What about Donner? Remember what the other two told us? Jules never really considered him her son. Bam! Called both them off the bat, man. Well, it is sad to call it out, but yeah. Donner didn't deserve anything, man. Oh, no, not in that way. Donner doesn't deserve any of this. He was just a poor little guy trying to build. He was the product of an affair, after all. With that in mind, the victim had a reason to remove all three of them from her will. That seems really cruel. We know she was a cruel person. Did you hear how many people she killed? I mean, I know she was strict on her children and all, but she seemed to get along well enough with them all. Besides, they're all in her will to begin with. Why did she suddenly lose patience with all of them? I wonder, do we have evidence of something that might have caused a shift in the victim's behavior? Do we? Is it this? Not that, not that. Not that, not that, not that. Maybe the medicine? something. I think I remember someone saying the victim had a behavior shift, but what caused it? Oh, okay. Remember what we learned about the KW-10 case? The one where her husband died? From our evidence, it seems like Joel's may have been the one responsible. And if that's the case, I can't imagine the grief she must have suffered. What kind of thing would cause anyone to, or that kind of thing would cause anyone to snap? That's why she killed so many people, and then she was in so much grief. This is actually a suicide. And do you remember what Ferris said to us? Unfortunately, after her late husband died, something changed with her. She never really recovered from it. She became very impatient. She made it clear how frustrated she was with his lack of interest in having a partner. I'm not one to pry, but it seemed as though her relationship with all her children became quite fraught after that. After her husband died, the victim became noticeably colder to people. In particular, it sounds like she became much more stricter with her children. So you think that it made her less forgiving of their issues? Yes, our ultimatum with Calvin last month was likely the breaking point. I think we're getting to the critical point of this case, and only one question remains. Who killed Joel Watson? The one who has the most motive. Daughter! You thought I was hyping up? No. He's the true mastermind! No, I think Calvin's all where everything's pointing to. And now the final piece of the puzzle falls. There's only one Watson who possesses the means, the opportunity, and the motives to commit this crime. Raiden was committing the break-in at the time of the fire. That rules him out as a suspect. And Donner's too good of a goody two-shoes. He's a good boy. Similarly, Donner claims to have been at the apartment during that time. The only one without a solid alibi is Calvin. Well, you can't just say, oh, he claimed that he was at his apartment, so that's an alibi. But yeah, sure. While the victim had motive to disinherit all three, there seemed to be only one person she confronted directly, Calvin. That means Calvin likely knew he was disinherited. Since the other two never brought it up, it's likely they never knew. He would also know that his will would come into effect if the new one was destroyed. Plus, he was the one who took the fall for KW-10, and he knew his mother was involved since he told Raiden. All these points might be minor on their own, but when we combine them all together, I think you're right. Good thinking, Justy. I'm still here. I hate to interrupt, but shouldn't you two be having this discussion elsewhere? Oops, you didn't hear that. Totally forgot you were here. Or where we were. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to talk about this case in front of you. Don't be silly. I don't mind at all. This was the most fun I've had all day. Also, I'm actually the secret fourth love shot. I knew it! Isn't that right, Nixie? We better get going. Thanks for all your help, Miriam. Don't mention it. Oh, before you go, here's my card. If either you ever find yourself in need of an attorney, my door is always open. Detective work is risky business, after all. Couldn't hurt to have a will on hand. I'll keep that in mind. Sophie, can you call Detective Feynman? We need Calvin brought to the station. Sure thing. Let's give him a ring. Oh my god, he's been murdered! Detective Feynman speaking. Hey, Patches, do you happen to know where Calvin is? Actually, I just saw him. He's downstairs in the kitchen at the estate. What's up, homie? Ha ha! Would you be so kind as to place him under arrest? We'd like him brought in for the questioning. Would you so kindly? Arrest? What for? For the murder of Jules Watson. You found the culprit? Amazing. Don't worry, I'll have him there and ready as soon as you get back. I'm turning into Bloodhound. Come on, Justy. Time for us to head back to the station. Once we get there, it's going to be an uphill battle. The two of us sped back to the station just in time to see Johnny bringing in Calvin. He wasn't too happy to see us. Or from the sound of things, it looked like he planned on bringing in the bloodhound. He could spell blood anywhere. Still, there's so many questions ringing in my head. I get the feeling we're in for a long fight. End of Case 6, Part 3. Oh, we got a little revolting fire. Ha ha ha. We're going to save. Main menu. Like I said, it's gonna be a little bit of a quicker stream today. We did go for an hour and 13. It's a decent sized stream. We got through the investigation. I think I have a pretty good concept of where things are gonna go in the interrogation. I think he hid in the suit and all that. Probably gonna be a couple twists and turns everywhere. The bloodhound is gonna bash our heads in with all kinds of, well, that can't be possible. But hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Starting now, I'm going to try to stick with that schedule. Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm going to try to start at 6, like around I did today. Might start earlier than that, but I think the goal is Mondays and Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Have like an hour to do some stuff before work and then stream. On Monday, Wednesdays are always going to be shorter streams, around an hour and a half to less, because I got work early in the morning. Can't be staying up. I got a shower and all that stuff. And then Fridays, this Friday's gonna be a little different because I got a whole bunch of stuff in the morning, but usually I'm gonna try to do 10 a.m. But this Friday, it's probably not gonna be till 12 11, 12-ish. Yeah. And then always, if I have time, Saturdays, I'll stream. If I don't, then I won't. But if I do, I will. So look forward to either getting halfway through or fully completing this case Friday. Like I said before, hope you guys all enjoyed the stream today. Hope to see ya at the stream Friday around 11, 12 in the morning. Not really the morning, but that's besides the point. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.